Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad you're here today. In the next 10 minutes, we'll do a simple drawing meditation to help you slow down, focus, and feel more relaxed and inspired. This is our first session in our June series, Color and Calm, a three-part journey into creativity and mindfulness. We're live on the Yehudit Steinberg Art and Design Studio YouTube channel, and I'm Yehudit Steinberg, a certified Zentangle teacher with many years of experience in meditative drawing, movement, and other expressive arts. In this series, each session is just 10 minutes because even a few mindful lines at a time can lead to something beautiful. Over the next 3 weeks, we'll build one piece together, adding line, shape, and color one layer at a time. If you'd like to follow along using the same string pattern that I'm using, you can download the free um, worksheet that I created. And let me get this so you can see the whole thing. There we go. Well, it's kind of in there. It looks like, and there is a little bit of a delay. So I'm looking at, there we go. Okay, so this is the sheet, and this is the string that we'll be working with, and over the next 3 sessions. And as you can see, it fits exactly in a 3.5 inch Zentangle tile. So we'll begin in just a moment as I get this adjusted again. And I just want to see if you can see my comment. I did make a comment. Um, but anyway, so let's get started. The string pattern is in the description below. You can click on it and download it. Now let's take a look at the supplies that I'll be using today. So I like to use a Micron O3. And the reason I use an O3 is that I'm a little heavy handed, and I find that the O1 nib, I tend to go through them pretty quickly. And what I found has a little sturdier one, one nib is the Unipin. So this is also a good alternative if you're heavy handed as well. I also have with me here to show you, there's a pencil graphite. I like to use a 2B or start with a 2B for shading. Trying to get that in there for you. And a blending tool. We won't be shading today. We're just going to do two tangles. So all you really need is a pen or a pencil, a little bit of graphite, and I hope that you, okay, I just want to make sure that you're seeing me and hearing me. It's being a little persnickety here to adjust. So here we go. Okay. All right. So if you'd like to add color later, colored pencils or brush pens are wonderful, but not required. And if you plan to use watercolor pencils or brush pens in session 3, make sure you're using a permanent pen like this Micron series. Always test your pen and color first before adding water to it. Or you can color first, like I did with this one, and let it dry and then ink on top. Before we begin, if you find this practice helpful, I invite you to subscribe, like, and check the description links for our next live class and your starter guide. All right, let's begin. So we're going to begin by a short little meditation that will help us to ground the body and the mind and take a few deep breaths. So we begin our meditation by getting settled and grounded in our bodies with a few deep breaths. So take a moment to get settled in, let your eyes gently close or soften your gaze. Feel your body supported by the chair and notice your feet resting on the floor. And we're going to take a couple of deep breaths in slowly and let them out gently. So let's take a deep breath in, hold it, and let it out. Another deep breath in, hold it, and out. And as you let the breath out, allow your shoulders to drop, soften your jaw, and exercise your fingers and hands a little bit as you are about to draw. Now, let your breath return to a natural, easy rhythm. And with each exhale, allow a little more tension to melt away. Now, silently, let's set an intention for your time here together. It could be as simple as, I welcome ease, or this time is just for me. There's no need to get anything right, no need to fix or perfect. This is about joy, one line at a time. So I'm starting with a string that I've already drawn in using the template that you can download with the link in the description. This simple string gives us a gentle structure, just enough to guide our lines without limiting them. Usually I start my strings with let's get this here a little more, with graphite, but I'm going to use these guides. I'm sure I'm going to use them. And so I went ahead and I inked them in. The first tangle that we're going to draw two tangles today. We're going to draw printemps and we're going to draw perk. And the first tangle I'm going to show you today is printemps, which means spring in French. It's a spiral tangle, light, flowing, and full of movement. Here's how it's drawn. So I'm drawing this in the third um, in this third section, and I'm going to start in the center. And because it's, you can notice as I'm making it a little oblong, I'm going to turn my tile just a little bit so it's in front of me, and I start in the center. Now you can do this either way. You can go counterclockwise or clockwise. I tend to go counterclockwise, and I go around. And when I meet that line, I stop. Now I'm going to draw another spiral, give it a little bit of room here. Remember to breathe. Breath in and out. And then I'm just going to continue to draw these. Now, when I came here and you can see that I've, let's get this, that it's bumped up against the other one. See that? So I'm just going to draw in the air and bring it out the other side. So it will look like it's a little bit behind that one. And I'm just going to complete this little section. Now, if you have any questions, I'll answer all questions after the meditation. So if you want to hang out for a few minutes, I'm happy to answer any of your questions. And now I have a little bit here. So I'm going to imagine that I was starting right here. And I'm just going to give it a couple of loops there. And these, I'm going to go back in these areas here, and I'm going to ink them in. So I'm not going to rush this, and I don't want you to rush it as well. So if this is something that you want to come back to after our meditation, gives you a little something you can do. But we'll just fill in these. These are called interstices. And later on, it's going to give really a nice effect to this particular pattern. I'm going to turn my tile. Breathing in and out. Letting your shoulders relax. Okay. So that's our first tile. The next tile that we will do is called perk. And this is perk here. And perk begins with some lines, curvy lines to create some structure. So I take that and hook it around. Leaving a little space. You can make it an S curve. And then I do what I call an aura. Now, once that we have that structure in, we come along and we add these orbs. And what I do is I start at the top and I look at that orb that I want in the center. And I'm going to come down on each one of these and kind of follow it. Turn my tile. Remember, there are no mistakes in Zentangle. Then I come back and I fill in with orbs that are next to it. Remember to breathe, take your time. If any of these tangles seem a little bit difficult, then my suggestion is you can go to tanglepatterns.com and you can search for the tangle pattern perk, P-U-R-K, and they'll have a step out. I'll leave the link in the description. It's not there at the moment, but I'll put it in there when I make it live on in the playlist. I do have a playlist that has all the meditations. So if you happen to miss a live, you can just go to the playlist that says 10-minute meditation. And I'll have all of those lives there for you. So again, I fill in the interstices. And then we are finished with our drawing the two tangles for today. This is where we're headed. Next week, we'll work on a couple of more tangles. And the last week, I'll also show you how you can add in color using watercolor pencils. I I like these Faber-Castell watercolor pencils. And I also, I also really like using this water brush. It's really great. I'll put links to all those uh, in the um, description below. So let's just take a moment to look at what you've created. Notice the spirals of the printemps, the gentle curves and orbs of perk, each line placed with care and intention. There's no need to finish everything today. This is a practice of presence, not perfection. Now, let your pen come to rest, and we'll take a moment to look at what you've made. Ask yourself gently, what do I feel now? What shifted in these 10 minutes? You've given your body and mind a gift, a moment of presence, a moment of creation, a moment of joy. Let that feeling stay with you. If this practice resonates with you, I'll invite you to explore more. Check the description below for your free PDF starter guide and my upcoming classes, my upcoming watercolor and shading classes this summer. And you can join our mindful drawing community on Facebook too and share your drawings and ask questions and just say hi. Thank you for taking the time for yourself today. Be gentle with your creativity, and I'll see you again next week on Saturday, same time, same place.